a few months later, I just came across this random video which scared me to the death because it showed me the place that even a 99.8 or 9 percentile would not be enough for me to get a call from IIM ABC. In August, I enrolled to like 4 other test series from IMS, TIME, CL, Krakow, and even Unacademy. So I got this FOMO that I'm being missed out and I need to compensate it. Initially, I didn't track my performance because I thought it's an additional work to do. A specific mock, which my percentile dropped from 99 to 40. So only after that, I realized that I'm lacking something I wanted to fix on my issues. So only after that, I started tracking my performance and I created an Excel sheet. So hello everyone, this is Ravi Arvind. I've scored 99.74 percentile in CAT 2022. I'm a civil engineering graduate from Coimbatore Institute of Technology, Tamil Nadu. Post my graduation, me and my high school friends started a company which was basically agriculture and logistic based one. But due to our gaps in knowledge in the business domain, we were not that successful and we cannot scale up our startup to a greater success. So in order to fill that, I thought maybe I should take a break and do an MBA. So when I initially started my preparation around July, so I was pretty good at this stuff. So I was easily able to score 99 percentile in the mocks, and it gave me a little bit of confidence that I'll be able to crack it. But a few months later, I just came across this random video which scared me to the death because it showed me the place that even a 99.8 or 9 percentile would not be enough for me to get a call from IIM ABC. So that video literally scared the hell out of me, and that's when I started my full-fledged preparation for the CAT around the time of October. It was mostly a mock-based preparation. I didn't join any course or any center, that kind of thing. So initially I started with Krakow. So they had around like 10 mocks and few sectionals. So initially I was going through that for maybe a weekly once on that basis. And once I was able to clear that 99 percentile in the 3rd or 4th mock, I just slowed it down. I was carrying with other stuffs. In August, I enrolled to like 4 other test series from IMS, TIME, CL, Krakow, and even Unacademy. So I got this FOMO that I'm being missed out and I need to compensate it. So I started taking mocks every single day, and it was only through mocks that I prepared it and nothing else. The mistake which I realized was, rather than taking so much mocks, if I had analyzed it better, it would have gotten me a better percentile. Because the errors which I made in the first mock carried out till the D-Day. Because I'm a kind of person who used to make careless mistakes a lot. So that really reflected even in my D-Day. If I had corrected that a bit, it would have been a much better percentile than this. My preparation strategy for VARC was to read and take as many sectionals as possible. Because since I'm not a very good reader, I had to find the genre which I'm comfortable with. I primarily stick to science and economic and history, those kind of stuff. If it's a philosophical passage, no matter how easy it is, I'm going to skip it. So this is a strategy which I stick to. So initially I used to start with passages. I used to spend around 30 minutes for it. I pick 3 passages at most and nothing more than that. I used to do that. Even if I have extra time, I just go to that VA section and just do it. So this has been my strategy throughout it, and I never altered it. Right from the day 1 till the D-Day, it has been the same. Most of the stuff in VA was, there was no negative marking for it, and the return on investment for VA was not that great. I didn't emphasize that much on it. So for DILR, my strategy was an expired one. So initially the pattern was 4-4-6-6. My utmost aim was to do 3 sets. It's 4-4-6. So usually the 4 sets were easier compared to the 6 question one. So I'll start doing the 4 set, and then I'll go for a 6, and then I'll find whichever is the easiest one, I'll come to that set. This was the strategy. So even though if I don't make 3 sets completely, I'll end up with 10 questions right. That will give me a 99 percentile at the worst case. So this was my strategy throughout. So my primary source was Times test series, Krakow, and every day there will be a DA set which will be posted on CL. These are the three major things which I focus. And only at the last month, I started focusing on the previous year papers. Initially, I didn't track my performance because I thought it's an additional work to do. So once a specific mock, which my percentile dropped from 99 to 40. So only after that, I realized that I'm lacking something. I wanted to fix on my issues. So only after that, I started tracking my performance, and I created an Excel sheet. And I kind of figured which are my strengths and weaknesses based on that. There was around 25 mocks which I tracked, and it gave me a good idea of what I should do and shouldn't do at the D-Day. I never tracked percentile to be as a primary resources because I was fixated on the raw score. My raw score even touched to 130s, 140s at a certain extent, and the lowest one, which I said I got 40 percentile, it was around like 50 marks. So I was pretty much comfortable with Quant. So I was expecting to do at least 20 questions right in Quant. So what my strategy was to primarily rely on Mr. Ravi Prakash sir for his teachings. So Unacademy had this practice session in which you can practice questions based on difficulty or on specific topics. So I used to do that as my morning routine every day, like 30 or 40 questions every morning without a break. So this kind of became like a routine to me, and that somehow helped me in the Quant preparation as well. My strategy was to attempt all the 22 questions. If I couldn't get a question right in the 90 seconds, if I'm not making a progress, I'll just leave it, no matter what it's an easy question or a tough one. So there's a factor of luck that played with me. I was to be on the luckier side. Since I was the third slot, all the anticipations were already factored in. I know what the changes were in the pattern, and since I was at a comfortable time zone, it was easy for me to go and write the exam. This might not be the case for the persons who is appearing for the slot 1 or 2. So on the D-Day, it was pretty much comfortable. I had the entire day for myself. I rested a lot. I just went an hour earlier, and I had to wait, and then I had comfortably took the exam. When I screw up in one section, the remaining 2 sections get affected by it. So in order to avoid that, I used to take a 2-minute break in between all the sections. So let's say if my VASC was the toughest section, and if I screwed it up, I used to wait 2 minutes, and then I start my DALR and then Quant. So what happened on the D-Day was my VASC was easy a little bit, so I was not affected by it. The DALR section was a little bit tough. So I don't want that negative energy to be carried in Quant. So I stopped like 3 minutes earlier, even though it's a time constrained section. I know I'm not going to make a huge progress in the last 3 minutes. So I just left it and just waited for around 2 to 3 minutes. And then only I started the Quant. That helped me a lot. So I got 99.74 percentile, and I got calls from IIM Bangalore, Calcutta and Kozhikode, in which I converted IIM Calcutta and Kozhikode. I'll be joining PGP of batch 23 and 25 from IIM Calcutta. Calcutta was the college which I really wanted to join because of the Fin thing, and I successfully converted it on the first without a wait list. So I was pretty much excited for it. Final admission doesn't matter only on CAT, so you have to know where you stand, and the only way you can compensate it with via CAT and WorkX. So that's something the people should start focusing on even before attempting a CAT.